So when you open up the Properties of Compounds lab now, okay, you'll see a few other things in there that weren't in there before. Okay, there's yesterday's podcast, okay, where I explained kind of the first half of the lab report expectations. There's the lab report expectations from last week, okay, and then there's this video, which is me doing the lab. I would recommend that you double check your data with that, especially if you know there were a couple that were questionable. If you watch this is me doing the exact same lab you did, okay, and getting the right results. Okay, it's worth it to double check against that video to make sure you have the right results. Now, in terms of the analysis, okay, in the analysis, you need to figure out which sample is what unknown compound, right? Your list of possible identities is up here in the materials section. So what you need to do is look at your observations and see which observations fit with, let's say, sodium chloride. Okay, we all know what sodium chloride looks like. It's table salt. It's a white crystalline solid. Okay, it dissolves easily in water. It's got a fairly neutral pH, like it's not going to be like 1 or 14 or anything like that. Okay, it's going to be around 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. Okay, is it ionic or molecular? Sodium chloride, ionic or molecular? It's ionic. So will it conduct electricity? Yes. Okay. So what we have to do is look at these identities and kind of figure out what kind of things should this compound have given me in the lab, and then see if you have any observations that match those behaviors. Everyone follow me? Okay, that's how you're going to figure out how to fill in this analysis chart. All right, so you're going to look at the possible identities and then see if any of them fit with your observations, and then fill them in here. Sample A was molecular and it was water, okay, or whatever, okay, whatever you think it was. All right, for your conclusion, copy and paste your hypothesis, and then using what you were able to do here and your data, explain to me, do all substances have unique physical properties? Did that allow you to figure out what they were? Right? That's what you have to say. Okay? If you were able to do that, then your hypothesis is acceptable. If you weren't, then you have to reject it. For your evaluation, 2 sources of error and how to fix them. Remember, these sources of error are not human error. I messed up and I contaminated, sample B. Don't say that. You redo it then. Okay? What you should be saying there is things that gave you trouble that you could have made easier by making a small change. Okay? I'm thinking of one right now that's pretty obvious that has something to do with the sample size. Okay? Probably would have been easier if the samples had been bigger. There you go, you're welcome. Okay, you got a source of error, okay, that's easily fixable. So you tell me, here was a source of error, here's how it affected my lab, and here's how to fix it next time. You need 2. I gave you 1, so you got to come up with 1 more. All right, that's what you have to do. The class discussion, we will talk about as a class after I've marked the labs and returned them to you. So you do not have to answer the class discussion questions. Okay, this is due on the 26th, so it's after the convention Faith Days week. Okay, so you guys have a lot of time to get this thing done. Don't leave it until the night before. Okay, if you do, I won't feel sorry for you if anything happens. Question? This is the last bit of class time we were going to have for it. So, okay. Any other questions on that? Now, can you come and see me for help this week on that? Yeah, tomorrow and Thursday, no problem. Pop in, schedule help for lunch, and I can help you out if you have questions. Okay?